a student I actually used to coach, and she is a student at A&M University, a historically Black college. She's always been a leader, in my opinion. Yeah, so we look forward to hearing your story, Myle. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Sarah. I really appreciate being a part of this. I'm also a very emotional person, so I'm really going to be fighting to keep my composure. So I am 19 years old. I will be 20 next month. Like she said, I attend Florida A&M University, an historically Black college in Tallahassee, Florida. I want to start by talking about my background. I grew up in elementary school going to a mostly Black school. And there, growing up as a child, I felt very accepted, and I didn't really have a concept of racial problems in the world until I started going to mostly white school, Christian high. I went there in 7th grade. My mom wanted to give me a better education, and she figured this would be the best way to go. All I remember thinking about or remembering from going to Christian middle school is trying to find friends, and I ended up with all Black friends, no white friends at all. And that's really weird now that I think about it, going to a mainly white school. I still have those friends to this day. Going to Christian high, I just felt very out of place before I found those friends. It seemed the Black kids at Christian were they filled the stereotype of what most people think Black people are. And they were outgoing, they talked a lot, they interrupted in class, and I felt like they didn't set a good example for or they didn't show white people that Black people weren't a stereotype. And when I came in, people were always looking at me different. I didn't talk much. I talked very proper. And I grew up, and children or other students would look at me and say, or they would come to me about maybe problems they had with Black people. They felt comfortable about telling me because they knew I wouldn't give a reaction most Black people would give. I wouldn't get upset, mad, and angry loud. I'm sorry. It's hard to kind of be looked at as an outlier in your own community for not fulfilling a stereotype. And after going, I only went to Christian for the 7th grade. Let me put this in tissue.
You just take a big breath, Myle.
Okay, so I went to Christian only for the 7th grade, and then I left because my mom found another better educational opportunity for me going to City High School, City High Middle School, which was an school mainly known for being having an international baccalaureate program. This is higher than AP testing. So we had a very rigorous course, and my mom just brought me some tissue because she's watching the live. Okay, where was I? I went to City High Middle School in the 8th grade now. And this is another mostly white school.
You got to tell your mom to mute you or mute herself.
Okay. So going to another mainly white school now. And when I start to find friends, I find I start to find more Black friends. I don't have any white friends still. Going to another mostly white school. And these kids were exactly the same. They were outgoing. You would hear them speaking all the time. My people are very passionate, and it sometimes gets confused with anger, and that's a problem that I really want to make known. That passionate people, when they get loud, when they're having a discussion, other people receive it as, oh, they're angry at me, I have to defend myself, when that's definitely not the case. I feel like white people have to maybe, I just lost my train of thought. Be more transparent and ask a Black person, are you angry right now? Because I'm not saying all the time their anger isn't expressed, but most of the time it is passion because of all the trauma that we have been through for generations. After graduating from City High School in 2018, I decided to go to a historically Black college to get closer to my culture. There, all my friends were Black. The white people were now a minority, and it was something I was not used to since I went to elementary school. I will say, once I had Black teachers in elementary school, white teachers at Christian, white teachers at City, and then I have mostly white or Black teachers in college. So I've had a lot of different perspectives. I wrote some notes so I wouldn't get lost. Still going to college, I'm that person to go to when people have a question they're not sure, they want to ask a Black person because of their reaction, and they know they'll get a safe reaction from me because I'm not I can't be loud, but I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive, or I'm not aggressive, or I take a time to just pause to listen to what you say before I respond. I'm very patient. Yeah, I have an example of experience I just recently went through at my job. I work in a mainly, what's my time up?
We're gonna move on and then come back to you. But if you want to finish up, Malay, then we'll come right back to you.
Oh, the story might be a little long. So
What's that?
we can come back to me.
You did such a good job. It was so powerful, and I think you can cry as hard and as long as you want. So thank you for sharing that. I think it was just so real.